we knew we had something really special. And I think a lot of people around us would try to, make us be a bit more realistic, but we were so single-minded. We were on a mission. We wanted to be an international band. We wanted to work all over the world. We wanted to scream about girl power. And there was nothing going to stop us.
When you first auditioned for that girl band, you probably didn't know the name of it or what was going to come of it, but do you remember that moment where you auditioned for the Spice Girls?
Yeah, I do actually. I remember it all really vividly. And it was 1994. I'd received a flyer and I trained as a dancer. I went to Performing Arts College. So I was auditioning for lots of different things, but I really wanted to work in music. And this opportunity came up. So I went along to the audition. I got a recall. I was able to sing. And then I think it was maybe about a week later, I became really ill. I had tonsillitis, something I used to get a lot as a kid. So I couldn't even speak, let alone sing. So I missed the opportunity to go for the recall. And I had my mum call the management and, beg them basically to just give me a little bit of time to get better. And they were like, sorry, we've got the girls now. We've got the 5 girls. And I thought, oh, well, never mind. I think when you have always been a performer, you're quite used to, doing auditions and you don't get everything you go up for, So it was just another one of those. And then I got a call a couple of weeks later to say that one of the girls hadn't worked out and they'd like me to come back down and sing. And on that day, I met Jerry, Mel B, Victoria and a girl called Michelle. And we started working together. And then things with Michelle weren't really going that well. And then Emma came on board and then that was it. We knew something magic had happened. Once Emma joined, the dynamic between us, the chemistry, it felt very, very special. And that's when we started to get really serious and excited about the future.
Wow. So what a big moment that that opportunity came back to you, because that would have been... You would have watched that band go and think, oh, I could have been the Spice Girls. That's so good that, you got the call back. So where did the idea come from for Sporty, Baby and all the names? Was that something you sat down as a group together, or did you just get given a name and that was it? You're that one?
It's such an amazing story. So many things with the Spice Girls, it was kind of accidental. So when we first got together as a band, we were trying to find a look, because traditionally most girl bands would either dress the same or coordinate. We look back, looking back through Motown era or even a band like TLC, who we really loved and, looked up to. Although they were quite different characters, they kind of always looked quite coordinated in what they would wear. So we'd rock up to rehearsals and I'd be me trackie and Victoria would be in something a bit more posh. And Emma often wore little baby doll dresses, and Jerry has always, well, maybe not so much anymore, but back in the day she'd go to charity shops and she'd get lots of little quirky bits and pieces. So we'd rock up to rehearsals like that, and then we'd do performances and all try to fit into this mould, and someone always looked ridiculous. It didn't work for someone always. And I think one day we were just in a rehearsal room and we were like, why don't we just wear what we wear? Why don't we just do that? So we started to do that and it just stuck. And I think everybody could see that it was something different. The individuality was something interesting that would appeal to lots of people. And it was Top of the Pops magazine that gave us our nicknames, and they just stuck. And that's how we've been known ever since. And in America, they didn't even know our real names. We just got called Sporty, Baby, Ginger, Posh, Scary.
Let's go back to that song, Wannabe, when that came out. Was that the turning point? Was that that really must have it rocketed you, didn't it? You went so global. It was one of the biggest bands of all time, even today, in terms of the amount of records you've sold. What was that transition and that turning point in your life?
Yeah, it was nuts, From that moment I talk about where Emma became part of the band and we started to really fully form and have a real identity and know the things we wanted to talk about and the people we wanted to work with, and the music started coming together. We knew we had something really special. And I think a lot of people around us would try to, make us be a bit more realistic, but we were so single-minded. We were on a mission. We wanted to be an international band. We wanted to work all over the world. We wanted to scream about girl power. And there was nothing going to stop us. And I think in many ways, people talk about creative visualization, and us having that dream and the 5 of us just never wavering in what we wanted to do. I think that was part of what made it happen. And of course, there was amazing, wonderful people who helped us get to that point. But I think, you know, as a group of girls, we really felt like it was something important that we had to do.
BBC Sounds. Music, radio, podcasts.